Hi, everybody. It's Kim from Expressions of the Universe with your weekly wisdom for November 4th through the 10th. And so, what do we have going on? Well, I do have the cards here that I have pulled. I'm going to get to those in about 30 seconds. The word that I keep hearing for the last week or two is recalibration. Then I look at the astrology and I see that there are so many planets that are shifting into new signs, different aspects that are shifting around. And I feel it's a time that we're all going to be doing a recalibration of our body, mind, and soul. Be sure to check out the companion blog as I explain exactly what that meant to me, what I channeled in, and point out what these planetary shifts are going to be. The first card that I drew, and I know it's really hard to see because it's a very dark card, it is a raven. And the raven comes to us from Native American, Native Alaskan, the Tlingit tribes, also Celtic tribes. But the Native Americans felt that the raven brought light to man by bringing the sun and the moon and the stars to us. Similar to another Native American lore that the spider, grandmother spider, created all of that. But the raven always symbolizes to me that magic is abound, that anything is possible, and that we really need to pay attention to the possible magic that is surrounding us at this time. So the card that I have coming in tomorrow into the early beginning of the week, it's the High Lady of Love and Compassion. Oh, let me point out to you, I'm using Colette Baron Reid's Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck because I felt that with all of these different shifts that are going on, there's so much that is unknown to us. See, even the pups are agreeing with me. So a lot of things are hidden, and that's why I thought this deck was appropriate. But the Lady of the Highest Love and Compassion, she is telling us that love is the only thing that is real in this world, and that we really need to start to open up to not only loving ourselves, but learning how to extend love and compassion to everybody, even our enemies. I did a little experiment over the past couple of weeks, really looking inward to see how I affect the adversity in my life. How can I change my perception, which will then extend out to those around me and shift their energy? And it's really interesting because it does work. When we stop pointing the finger at other people and really go inward and see where maybe our own inner chaos is creating what is going on around us and outside of us, and we take responsibility and accountability for maybe the way we're being treated or the way people are acting around us, certain situations showing up in our lives, it's all part of the law of attraction. You know, the energy that you're giving out is what is coming back to you, and that's what's showing up in front of your face, our faces. The problem that I see often is that people don't want to be accountable or responsible for the troubles that are in their lives. But, you know, time and time again, I witness how it is we or us that are creating our own turmoil that is around us. If you don't know about law of attraction, I'm sure I've written blogs about it, but you can always Google and see how the energy that you put out is attracting what is showing up in front of you. So you need to shift that energy. You need to dial in to a higher vibration, dial into a different channel so that you can get something different, you know, in your life. And that's all part of this recalibration that we're doing. We really need to go inward at this time for like the next 6 weeks. maybe 8 weeks to figure out, like, hey, what is going on inside of me? We need to do like a full body, mind, and spirit check. That also includes maybe like getting your annual physicals, getting medical checkups, make sure everything's going on okay with inside of you. And because that's always a huge indicator of, what's really truly manifesting outside of you. When we're not well, we do seem to create heavier negative energy around us. So, meditation, clearing of the mind, really spending a lot of time in that silent place that I spoke about in a lot of your November horoscopes. Listening to our body, listening to our guides. It's going to be so super important over the next couple of months. The next card that comes in midweek, it's the Hawk Prince. And the Hawk Prince is saying, pay attention, good news is on the way, news is on the way. Your guides, they're communicating, and they're sending some sort of a message. Expect to get a letter, maybe a telephone call or an email of something new and exciting that is coming your way. I know that there are a lot of endings and transitions occurring at this time. So it could be for some of us an ending, which would then lead to a new beginning. Or it could be that, good news that you have been waiting for. I know a lot of people are looking for new employment and new jobs, different things coming down for them. And then the card that's coming in for Friday and next weekend, it's the Eagle King. And what he is showing me is it's time for all of us to see the bigger picture, see the higher perspective that's kind of part of what Eagle Totem is, the Raven Totem, see the roles that we're playing in the outward material world within us, but we really need to start focusing on our inner world before we can truly manifest and start these new beginnings. The Eagle King is also saying that he is here to help and get us all on the right path, push us into the right direction that we need to be going in for all of these new planetary aspects and energies that are coming in. Now I'm looking at my astrological calendar. I talked about the North Node moving into Cancer. That's a huge shift. That'll be holding space for about 18 months. We also have Jupiter moving into Sagittarius, which is like expansion and adventures, new horizons, new beginnings. It's that fire energy. So you're pairing the Cancer water energy, that nurturing. It's time for hearth and home. It's time for us to bring warmth and love into our lives. We have a new moon on November 7th. That's happening this week as well. And I'm not 100% sure of the date, but Mars is getting ready to move into Pisces. So you've got that fire energy Mars, the Aries ego, and it's moving into watery, dreamy, delusional sometimes Pisces. And I think it's really just going to like bring us all back into this heart space that we so need to be in. I think it'll be really interesting. Mars kind of really doesn't know what to do with itself when it's in Pisces because it's such an action-based planet. It wants to go, go, go. And Pisces is going to force Mars, or say our egos, to quiet it down and go within. So even if you really just want to keep going, especially, like with the holidays coming, people are out and about and doing their things, we are going to have to like rein in that fire, that action for just about 6 weeks. I think goes into Aries on January 1st. So I think within the next week, Mars will move into Pisces. It'll remain there for about 6 weeks. So we're going to be forced to connect to something higher than ourselves, really go within, take a look at our egos, take a look at, like what are we creating outside of ourselves, but you got to fix the things that are on the inside. Really take advantage of this time. Now, looking ahead for the next week, we do have Venus is finally going to go direct on, I believe, November 16th, which is the following Friday. Next Saturday, Mercury is going retrograde in Sagittarius. So, you've got a lot of different things going on. Uranus, which is currently 0 degrees Taurus, is just going to retrograde back into Aries for a little bit. Trying to think. I think that's it. So, we do have all these different shifts happening over the next 2 months. And it's giving us a chance to recalibrate. That's my theme for this weekly wisdom. Recalibration or calibration is when you take an instrument, and I symbolize it with a compass, pointing true north. That's our true path, our passion. If a compass loses its magnetism, it can't tap into the Earth's true ground, the Earth's true magnetism, and the needle seems to, never point in the right direction. So we need to recalibrate our compasses sometimes so that it will point true north, and then we'll know what direction we need to go in. This is a good time for all of us to think about, what is going on within us? What do we truly want? The new year is coming up soon, so we should start thinking about all the different changes that we'd like to make. What would you like to see in your life? Are you content living exactly the way you're living? Do you have the right people in your lives? Are you, placing yourself in the right, positions? Or, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Like, are you in the right job? Are you with the right friends? Are you with the right spouse or partner? Are you in the right home? We need to really look at everything and see what needs to change in our lives. But I think part of this whole calibration, recalibration, really is about us seeing ourselves for who we truly are, seeing ourselves for what's really going on inside of us, and taking responsibility and accountability for that. We cannot blame anybody else. We can't point fingers. Stop judging everybody, and pushing the blame off onto other people, because whatever is happening within is really, with that outside of us is really coming from within. So I think that's all I have for you. Like I said, remember to be sure to check out the companion blog, because I channeled all of that information last night. It was really flowing and coming through. And I think it'll be a good explanation on what I feel about calibration, recalibration, and how we're going to handle this energy over the next 6 weeks. So be sure to share this video with your friends. I think, I want to get that message out to as many people as possible. It's really important for us to take a look at this, take a look at ourselves and the energy that's happening. Please, like and comment this video. Subscribe if you haven't. If you're in landscape mode on your phone or on your desktop, laptop, my face is right there. You can click on that and subscribe. As always, thank you for watching. I just need to do a little shout out for all the people that love and support me every single day and empower me to show up here. And they're always out there helping me. And I know that I'll miss a few people, but Dana Ross, the holistic hypocrite, I mean, like, holla. I love you. Thank you for always being there for me. Jill Muffler from Serious Joy. She is Chris Witecki's right-hand woman. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Karen Weber Kane, thank you for always sending me great memes that I could share on my pages. Val, you're always helping me with different channeled messages as well. And just everybody else that always just comments and likes my different posts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If I miss mentioning you, it doesn't mean that you're any less important in my life. It's just the whirlwind going on in my head. I do love and appreciate all of you. Gratitude is the attitude of the day. And that's all I could say. Thank you. And until next week, namaste.